TPC, Ford Smoking Pipes here. Been a little bit. Spent me about a week and a half, roughly. Couldn't smoke my pipe, couldn't taste anything, couldn't smell anything, and it really didn't feel all that great. I got over the initial 3 days. I got over the major mess of it, but the taste and the smell stayed away. Went and got tested for the superbug. We put a straw up both nostrils. Didn't feel pleasant. Came back negative. But I'm happy to report that old Ford's back in the saddle and I can taste and smell again. Got up my meerschaum pipe that I showed you on the anniversary. Haven't smoked it a whole lot. Got a little coloration down there. One that I picked up in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Little brick and mortar up there. Got a little Whiskey Biscuit Gravy in it. Now, before I got sick, I told you I was going to do a review, first impressions, my thoughts on it. This has to be one of the most interesting blends that I've picked up. Let's get the components out of the way. It is simply black Cavendish. Of course, that could be Burley or Virginia. Latakia. And Tobacco Review says it's topped with whiskey. It also describes the vanilla, different flavors of the whiskey, the vanilla. Most people focus on the vanilla side of it. So yet again, it's probably an aromatic crossover. Excuse me. Did I have it sinking in my chair? Now, on char light, you come out the Cavendish with a little bit of vanilla to it. I've smoked several bowls of it. This is the first one in the meerschaum though. Last night, in one of my Rhodesian briars, I got a sourdough bread flavor out of it. That had to be the most interesting smoke I've had. It went sweet, then it kind of dived off into sour a little bit, and when it first went, it was something I didn't care for that much. But then when that mellowed out and it all come together, I got that flavor of sourdough bread, like at Thanksgiving when you get the rolls. It used to be when I was growing up, that's the only time we got sourdough, was around Thanksgiving. Now you can get it anywhere. forgot to note though that when I was doing that, I was pairing it with tea, orange pocono tea, sweetened with honey and cinnamon. I'm sure the pairing has a lot to do with it. By the way, it is from Just For Him out of Springfield, Missouri. Wayman is spelt differently, but yeah, Wayman is the blender, one of the blenders up there. He mailed me back, and he actually, when I told him I liked Bombadil and BMW, he recommended that I give this one a try. It's along the same lines. Anyway, there's a bready note, a hearty note to this blend. It's kind of a theme that traveled with Bombadil, Black Magic Woman, BMW, and I call it Whiskey Biscuit. The gravy seems odd, but there's a reason for the gravy. At least what I think's the reason for it. And I'll get to that in a minute. It has a quality of Cavendish in it that I haven't hit till this blender. I just flat like the way they do their Cavendish. I've had, I guess, cheaper Cavendishes before that just bite at you and it runs me off. And that's strange because Whiskey Cavendish over 30 years ago is what started me into smoking a pipe. Now, the gravy part, and this is my thoughts on it. Contact them and ask them why if you want. It has a creamy feel to it. That especially comes into play on the latter part, but it is present prior to that. Latter part of the bowl. It's got a pleasant smell to it. The nicotine hit's not real high on it. And like the other two, I can't make it bite. Just won't do it. At least not for me. Maybe you could if you're got too much moisture in your pipe and get steam. Maybe your pH level's a little different to mine. You know, I'm not going to say you can't, but I'm going to say I can't. If there was ghosting in that burr that I used for the prior smokes, it couldn't have been much because it's repeating. Seems to be repeating the process. quite yet hit the sour note yet. But I do have the bread and the creaminess of it. The vanilla part pops in and out. Gave me a nose tingle that time. Kind of made me think of Perique. Don't say anything about that. That might just be the Latakia. Sometimes I can take a Latakia and get a retro hell and get a little spice out of it. Man, that's good. Sweet, sweet Latakia. It's not overpowering. Excuse me. It's not overpowering in the sweet department. It's got just enough sweetness to it. Keep you coming back. Compare this back. This one's a little sweeter than BMW. One that had the raspberry that fooled me. I'm getting the sourdough bread notes. That's coming in. The sour's not so pungent like it was for a few puffs in that briar, so that might have been some ghosting of the Latakia from earlier smokes or something else. Today I'm pairing it with some hazelnut coffee. I really wish I had some more of that tea so I could see if the sour come back or not, like it did that time. This is a good blend. I smoked it before and after a smoke like Haunted Bookshop, and it doesn't interrupt, they don't collide. Which is a good thing for me. Y'all be sure and check out Cane Rod Piper on Monday. Sent me a message this week. My Medico Guardsman is done, and it's on its way back to me. And he's editing and will be releasing videos on the pipe project. Turned out to be a real interesting repair. Didn't quite go the way I thought it would. He posted a link to one of my videos about it, and you go back. It says something about Pipe Medic in the name of the title of the video. Guys, I've never considered myself an aromatic smoker, mainly because they all bite at me. But this just for him, in my opinion, has dialed it in. It's a great cross between my beloved Latakia with some of the flavors of an aromatic. A good buddy Curmudgeon's had this blend. Had him a small sample of it. He said he's interested in trying it again. I am very much of mind to keep a couple pounds of this sitting around. Quite frankly, between BMW, Whiskey Biscuit Gravy, Haunted Bookshop, and Bamboo Fly Rod, I'd be set. That'd be my rotation right now, which has changed since January, but that would do it. With a little Byzantium on the side for dessert every once in a while. Everybody knows I love the Insantium of my Byzantium. Got some few new pipes, new to me anyway, I need to introduce. Got a Webster the other day, a bent Rhodesian. I really like smoking it. Looks a lot like the FSP Doodle, that Rhodesian that I named. Both are great smoking pipes. I have decided that I've got couple of Graybos, some Medicos, billiard style, that I'm gonna clean up and probably look to trade off, sell off, do something with. When I get them cleaned up, I'll go ahead and probably post some pictures of them. Got a few more pipes than I want, and especially of that style. Most of them are rusticated. I've settled in on the Rhodesian or the bulldog shape. Some of them are Adjustomatic style, and I've got the drinkless stingers. If any of you pipe restorers need some of those, let me know. If they're removable stingers, I go ahead and pull them out. I like the Adjustomatic part, but I don't like the drinkless stinger. I can't get a pipe cleaner down it. I was looking at the pipe collection, and I think I need to thin the herd out just a little bit. Whiskey Biscuit Gravy. She's finishing off sweet like she did into yesterday. and it's a mild sweetness. It's not like Autumn Evening that sucker's so syrupy that makes you want a stack of pancakes. That was too sweet for me. A great crossover blend for the Latakia lover in you. YTPC. We'll finish this bowl and get back in there. Y'all be safe out there. Old Ford signing out.